Hello class, my name is Brawley Pena Peralta. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm over here on my lunch break from work. Haven't really had the opportunity to do the statue video. But here I'm gonna introduce the statue of Confucius. We're currently in the Chinatown section of Manhattan. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but definitely a work of art. This statue was, I believe, gifted to the Chinese community in 1786 by the Chinatown Benevolent Association, or the Chinese Benevolent Association. I'm definitely a fan of Confucius. I definitely love his anecdotes. Something that sticks out to me as I'm sitting here viewing the statue is that, we should study, and this is definitely an anecdote from Confucius. We should study the past in order to divine the future. And when I sit here and I think about it, is in China at one point, Confucius wasn't China wasn't too fond of Confucius, better said, and they were trying to erase him from history. They didn't like some of his anecdotes, some of the things that he believed in, so they basically tried to erase him. They would topple his statues, they would deface them at one point. And you never really know the reasons why. Maybe something personal that families may have gone through back in those times. I'm not really too sure, but here he exists in the heart of Chinatown, pretty much. I'm right now on Division Street and Bowery. And East Broadway and where Bowery meet, there's another statue I'm gonna take you guys down to. But this is definitely, something that, of course, there's some history to it. It says here that it was presented to the city of New York by the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association. So there's my correction on behalf of the Chinese Community Confederation of the bicentennial celebration of the United States of America, 1776 to 1976. Here we have another saying, and it states, "The world is a commonwealth." Definitely like that one. And I'm not sure exactly what that says. I don't know Mandarin Chinese, but it says September 1983. I was born 4 years after that. And there's another stating, it says, "The chapter of great harmony as found by Confucius." It states, "When the great principle prevails, the world is a commonwealth in which rulers are selected according to their wisdom and ability. Mutual confidence is promoted and good neighborliness cultivated. Hence, then, do not regard as parents only their own parents, nor do they treat as children only their own children. Provision is secured for the age till death, employment for the able-bodied, and the means of growing up for the young. Helpless widows and widowers, orphans, and the lonely, as well as the sick and the disabled, are well cared for. Men have their respective occupations and women their homes. They do not like to see wealth lying idle, yet they do not keep it for their own gratification. They despise indolence, yet they do not use their energies for their own benefit. In this way, selfish schemings are repressed, and robbers, thieves, and other lawless men no longer exist, and there is no need for people to shut their outer doors. This is the great harmony. I mean, again, as I was saying, that's wonderful. It is definitely a representation of a utopia that I believe we would like. Um, as I head back to work, well, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and show you guys the other statue that I found on the way to this statue. Again, I see it, with I guess the standing that we're in, as far as what do we do with the statues that represent certain individuals that in the past might have done certain things. But if we choose to forget what they've done or what they contributed to, where they harmed certain individuals and or groups, then we will never essentially know what to stay or stray away from. Mistakes will continue to flourish, essentially, and I mean, maybe that's the wrong word, but mistakes will continue to be committed, because if we forget our past, if we forget where we came from, then there'll never be a future or a righteous future to say. Say here, wait for the next light. But here you can see this is Bowery Square, and it's not really a square, but I'm gonna go ahead and, because I have to get back to work essentially soon. But I'm not sure. Yep, there it goes. So you can see this is the statue of Ling Se-su from 1785 to 1850, and he was the pioneer in the war against war. Something I found out about this statue from a lady who was speaking to me about it earlier, says that his gaze is towards their old community. So I'm not sure where that gaze would be, but it would be directly behind me. So in their old community, I guess they used to live in tenements, from what I was told. They tried to see, and this is in remembrance that, in their community, the way they were treated before, there was definitely a lot of drugs in their community, and they try to clean that up. And this gentleman right here was definitely a pioneer against drugs, and how it did harm to the communities that they were employed in. And I definitely believe it's something that we should ponder. If, let's say, for instance, if something he did was to be disliked by a certain group of people or a certain community, and his statue was to be the face, then that his actions against or his war on drugs would not be remembered, what it exemplified. The same thing for the statue of Confucius. His work, his writings, in order to erase that out of history, I would have never been able to read that. And that idea of a World Commonwealth, is something I've never read before, so it's something definitely new. And I concur with that. That's something that we need. We need to take care of our old. We need to care for our children. We need to employ certain actions so that way, we're no longer afraid to walk the streets. We're no longer afraid to have our parents, our grandmothers, our children play outside or spend a day outside in the park without getting robbed, or something happening to them. That's something that I believe. Hopefully you guys like this video. This is the first time I'm actually doing anything like this, so I hope I did good. And later on tonight I will get home, edit, and hopefully upload this video on time for our next session. Take care. God bless. I hope everything's all right with you guys and you guys enjoy your weekend. See you guys on Monday.